This gift is for you, because you impressed me.
A gift beyond worlds. The stars stretched endlessly outside the viewport, a million cold fires burning across the void. Commander Elias Rehn had seen them every day of his life aboard the exploratory cruiser Endeavour, yet somehow tonight they seemed sharper, brighter, as though the galaxy itself was holding its breath. He turned the small object in his hand over and over, its edges smooth, worn by decades of touch. It was nothing special, not to most, just a carved wooden trinket, an oval disc etched with a spiraling sunburst. His father had given it to him when Elias was a boy. It had been with him through the academy, through war, through long lonely voyages, a reminder of home, of warmth. And now, impossibly, he was about to give it away. The alien woman waited for him in the observation lounge. Tall, graceful, her skin shimmered faintly under the artificial light, like starlight captured in flesh. Her people called themselves the Yevanti, a civilization so ancient that even Earth's myths could not capture their true age. They had agreed to peace, to cautious alliance, but mistrust simmered on both sides. She was their envoy, chosen to walk among humans. Her name was Lyara, and she fascinated him. He had spoken with her dozens of times, traded careful words, shared restrained smiles. But always there was a barrier, invisible but unyielding. Humans and Yevanti did not touch. They did not share freely. Their cultures balanced on the knife edge of misunderstanding. Still, Elias had noticed the moments. The way her luminous eyes lingered on the crew as they laughed together. The way her hands hovered just above objects, as if afraid to disturb them. The way her voice softened when she asked about Earth, about families, about belonging. So tonight, he carried the little wooden token. Bridge. Gesture. Simple gift. Lyara stood by the transparent wall of the lounge, gazing into the nebula they drifted past. Hazy blue light bathed her in ethereal glow. Elias hesitated at the doorway, suddenly foolish. What was he thinking? To offer something so small, so human, to someone from a people who could fold starlight into architecture. But he stepped forward anyway. "Lyara," he said quietly. He turned. Her eyes, liquid silver, met his. "Commander Rehn, you walk with purpose." His mouth twitched into a smile. "Caught me, did you?" She tilted her head, the motion slow and deliberate. Among the Yevanti, it meant amusement. He'd learned that much. "I wanted to give you something," Elias said. Her gaze flicked to his hands. "Give to me." "Yes." He opened his palm. The wooden disc rested there, warm from his skin. "It's not much. Just something my father made." Humans exchange gifts as tokens of trust, friendship. "I thought, maybe you would like it." Lyara stepped closer, studying the object. Her pupils widened, reflecting the carved spiral as though the symbol had been etched into her very soul. She did not reach for it immediately. Instead, she looked up at Elias. "You offer this freely. Without demand, without exchange." "Yes, just freely." For a long moment, silence stretched between them. Then she reached out with trembling fingers. When she touched the wood, a ripple coursed through her entire body. Her skin flared brighter, her breath caught audibly, and her knees buckled as if she had been struck. Elias caught her instinctively. "Lyara, are you all right?" Her eyes squeezed shut, silver tears spilling down her cheeks. Her hands clutched the disc tightly. She shuddered, whispering something in her language, too fast for his translator to catch. "Lyara," he repeated, alarmed. Her eyes snapped open, blazing with emotion. "Why would you do this?" she demanded. Elias froze. I don't understand. You give me your soul light," she interrupted, her voice breaking. "And you speak as though it is trivial." "My what?" She held up the wooden disc, her hands shaking. "Among the Yevanti, Such an object is never given. It carries your life essence, bound by memory and touch. You have poured decades into this shape. It is you. And you place it in my hands as though it were a stone plucked from the road. Elias's heart stumbled. Lyara, it's just a keepsake. I didn't mean. Not just, she cried, her voice echoing in the chamber. Do you not understand? You have entrusted me with a part of your spirit. Such a gift binds us in my people's law. You and I are now entwined. The word hung heavy in the air. Twine. Elias guided her to a seat. She was trembling still, though the brightness of her skin was softening. Carefully he sat across from her. Help me understand, he said gently. What does this mean for you, for us? Lyara's breath slowed, but her eyes never left the disk. For my kind, essence objects are sacred. When we hold them, we feel the truth of the one who touched them. We feel their joys, their sorrows, their years. Already I sense the echo of your childhood laughter in this wood, the weight of battles fought, the warmth of firelight from your home. It is as though you opened your heart and placed it in my grasp. Elias felt a lump rise in his throat. He had never thought of it that way. But of course she would feel it. Her people existed in ways humanity only half understood. I only meant to show trust, he murmured. And you have, she whispered. Her silver tears had dried, leaving faint glowing trails on her cheeks. But more than trust. You have declared bond. He blinked. Bond. In our custom, when one entrusts their essence object to another, they acknowledge a unity of fate. From this moment our paths are joined. My people will see us as partners. She hesitated, then added softly, perhaps more. Elias leaned back, stunned. What had he done? One small gesture, meant as kindness, had spiraled into a vow across civilizations. But as he looked at her, truly looked, he did not feel regret. Instead he felt awe. Over the days that followed, the ship buzzed with whispers. The human crew noticed Lyara's presence at Elias's side more often. Her luminous form beside him in meetings, in the mess hall, even during quiet walks through the hydroponic gardens. She carried the wooden disc always, never letting it leave her person. Some crew joked that the commander had found himself a cosmic bride. Others whispered uneasily about cultural entanglement, about unintended treaties. But Elias ignored them. He was more concerned with Lyara herself. 'Cause she was changing. Where once she had kept her distance, now she laughed, an unearthly sound like wind chimes carried through water. She touched objects freely, asked questions endlessly. And her eyes, those liquid silver eyes, softened every time they met his. One evening, as they watched Earthrise projected on the ship's holodeck, Elias finally asked, "Do you regret it? That I gave you the gift?" Lyara shook her head slowly. "At first I feared it. To bear another's essence is a heavy thing. But now, cherish it. Your spirit burns warmly. It is not cold, as I feared all void-born humans might be." He smiled faintly. "And you? What of your essence?" She considered, then reached for the pendant she wore around her neck. A crystal faintly glowing hung there. "This carries mine," she said. "But to give it would bind you as you bound me. Such a choice cannot be undone." Elias's heart pounded. He had not expected the offer. But as he looked at her, an alien, yes, but one who had come to matter more than he dared admit, he found himself whispering, "Then I accept." The ceremony was simple. No grand rituals, no audience. Just two souls in the quiet of the observation lounge, stars burning witness beyond the glass. Lyara pressed the crystal into his palm, her fingers lingering against his skin. And in that moment he felt it. A flood of sensation, of memory, not his own. The taste of alien winds across crystal plains. The ache of centuries of solitude. The endless patience of a people who had watched galaxies spin and fall. and beneath it all a deep longing, for connection, for understanding. He gasped, gripping her hand tightly. She leaned close, her voice trembling. "Now you know me as I know you." And for the first time, Elias understood what it truly meant to be entwined. The galaxy moved on. Treaties were signed, alliances forged. But within the vast weave of politics and stars, there remained two beings who had crossed a boundary thought unbridgeable. All because of a simple gift. Carved piece of wood. Fragment of soul. And the unexpected reaction of an alien woman who, in receiving it, gave her own heart in return.